2 in the morning, rest is getting harder. Slipped on my house shoes, checked on my daughter. Just had a dream.
Hello, welcome, Devil Sniper here, and today I'm bringing you episode number 8 of our career mode with Nottingham Forest, and today we're going to try something really different. The formation has been changed. We're going to go with a 4-4-2 flat. We're going to stick Chalobah and Frimpong in the centre of the park and hopefully shore it up a little bit and stop conceding some sloppy goals, which would be really, really nice. So yeah, 4-4-2 flat. We're going up front with Derbyshire and Lafondra today due to Coxey being a little bit too tired, to be honest. You know, he's put in some good shifts. We may not have got the consistent results, and we definitely don't have consistent form at this moment in time, but he has really done some really solid work for me. Same as Lansbury. I don't want to overplay the boys because we'll need them in that late run-in for the end of the season. As you can see, 16 games into the season, we are in 7th position. We're still in with a good shout of the playoffs for sure. I'm not sure about automatic promotion. Perhaps second place is still obtainable, but winning the division title, I'm not 100% sure because QPR are playing some really good football. But we start off really brightly. A fantastic ball there by Derbyshire. Spread it out to Patterson, and Patterson with a beautiful cross in there, but Lafondra just could not get on it. But we pick the play up with Chalobah into Frimpong. He plays a delightful ball over the top. One bounce, one strike. Oh my days, Derbyshire into the bottom corner. That really did shock me. I didn't expect Derbyshire to be that composed in front of goal, to be honest. But I think he's relishing playing at this moment in time because it's a chance for him to be in the shop window. But as you can see there, look at that. Great tackle by Holford. And then the moment of madness. The two players come together, collide, crumble on the floor, and we concede an extremely sloppy goal. The one thing I didn't want to concede today was a sloppy goal. Hence why we changed to a 4-4-2 in the hope that Chalobah and Frimpong would, you know, stop the sloppiness. But my God, that is just disgraceful. Two professional players getting paid, you know, in excess of £10,000 a week, run directly into each other is just not acceptable. It really is not acceptable, and it's extremely frustrating from my point of view because Bolton hadn't been in the game. They really hadn't been in the game up until then. And as you can see, we're defending really well. Harding done a nice little clean-up job at the end there. But we've been playing some really good football. Frimpong back into Lafondra. Lafondra decides to go for the strike. Unfortunately, the Bolton keeper was well aware of what he was going to do and pulls off quite an easy save in the end. We get to the half-time whistle, and unfortunately it's Nottingham Forest 1, Bolton 1. But I can't get over that goal. That really was sloppy defending. We pay our boys, you know, good money. We're not tight. We're paying good money. We train every single day. We work on communication. Communication is a key factor in football, and to have your boys run into each other like that is... It's very demoralising from a managerial point of view. But Frimpong knocking the ball into Harding, filling in at left back in this game, feeds it into Patterson, and what a delightful ball Patterson swings in there. But again, no one's in there. Derbyshire hasn't got the ability to make a drop-off run, and Lafondra, I think Lafondra is at the back post. But, you know, delivering them sort of balls, we've really got to capitalise because they're fantastic balls. They really, really are. Chalobah knocking it into Lafondra. Lafondra with a delightful ball over the top into Derbyshire. The first touch control there from Derbyshire was sensational, and unfortunately the Bolton keeper pulled off a fantastic save. But Coxey comes on, and look at his power, his determination, his aggression. Plays the ball to Derbyshire. Derbyshire with a simple ball back into Coxey, and Coxey slots the ball into the bottom corner. And that was all about his power, determination and aggression to not allow the centre-back any time on the ball, to close him down, to outmuscle him, and it was absolutely fantastic. He is such a credit at this moment in time. And again, the fullback for Bolton is being outmuscled by Coxey. He's all over him, absolutely all over him. Swings in a beautiful ball, and Derbyshire at the back post slots the ball home with a fantastic header to make it 3-1 and grab himself a brace, which is fantastic for me. It's a win-win situation. He's in the shop window. I want to get rid of him. He wants to leave. Scoring 2 goals absolutely is fantastic. But a beautiful ball over the top by Bolton into Beckford. Not sure where Hobbs was going there. I think his GPS was completely off the radar. He gave so much time and time to Beckford and allowed him so much space, which was absolutely ridiculous. But a beautiful ball over the top again. Derbyshire going for the hat-trick. Unfortunately, he couldn't capitalise, even though the Bolton keeper did spill the ball twice at his feet to obtain his hat-trick. But he did come away with a brace. 2 goals, which I think took everybody by surprise that Derbyshire managed to slot home 2 goals. But as I say, it's a win-win situation with, you know, January coming up. it's a win-win situation. It's going to help us gain points. He's going to score some goals. Hopefully he'll get a bigger price on his head for when he does leave in January. If he does leave, we might have a change of heart, especially if he's in form. Why would we get rid of a player who's scoring goals and in form? So at this moment in time, he's doing it. It's a win-win situation for all parties, and I'm sure we can negotiate a new contract if needed. But we have got to make a few changes. As you can see, there's a lot of players, or very important players, on that light green. And even though we do have a lot of players within the squad, the players that we have are just not good enough to come in and do the job that we need, unfortunately. So we do need to be looking to pick up a couple more players in January for sure. Perhaps loanees before we start considering spending money, depending if we sell any players. And maybe I'm still thinking a striker is a player that I really want. And I have taken note of some of you guys recommending Naki well, so I am going to send out a scout on him, have a little look at him, go and watch him, see how he does, because I feel we just lack that little bit of that burst of pace up front. So even though we did win, we managed to drop down one position in the table to 8th. But I feel if we can get a positive result away to Yeovil, which has been, you know, the away games has been where we've been really inconsistent, and that's where we really need to start picking up the points. If we can start generating points away from home, I think we'll start delivering more points at home and start to pick up that bit of consistency that we need. But it's Yeovil who started really well. A nice ball in there by Madden. And I've got to say, Darlow looked a little bit suspect to me there. He really didn't dominate his 6-yard box like he should have. A nice ball by Coxey into Lafondra, and Lafondra unfortunately just could not capitalise on that fantastic ball. But it was Yeovil who kept attacking down that right-hand side, picking on Chris Kerr. I'm not sure why, because he's playing really well, but that is a sensational ball, and that is a fantastic... I'd even go as far to say that was an absolutely majestic finish. The cross was absolutely sensational. And we spoke about this in the last game where Patterson swung a beautiful ball in. There was no one there. But look at this. Absolutely beautiful. You've got to take your hat off to a good goal. Even if you concede it, you have to take it out and say, you know, hands up, well played, great play. I'd rather be saying it when we scored a goal, but unfortunately it wasn't our moment. But Patterson with a nice ball over the top. Lafondra being out-muscled by the fullback there. He's really got to be a little bit more determined. Perhaps take a little bit of a note out of Coxey's book, where he's more aggressive, more determined, you know, out-muscling players. But unfortunately, Lafondra doesn't. A nice ball in there from Lansbury into Patterson. Patterson goes for the right foot shot and unfortunately gets no bend on it whatsoever. I think he hit it with the outside of his foot and it ended up bending away from the goal, which is a bit unfortunate. But Coxey picking up the ball, knocks it into Abdoun. Abdoun inside the box, left foot, going for that finesse top corner, and unfortunately doesn't pull it off. And it's a decent save by the Yeovil keeper. I think the Yeovil keeper done extremely well there. It's odds on that we were going to score, and unfortunately we didn't. Beautiful corner in, and Jamal, I think it's pronounced Lascelles, comes in with a fantastic header. Absolutely fantastic header. And I've got to say, this boy really has impressed me. From day one when I arrived at the club, he works extremely hard in training. He plays so hard on the pitch. He never gives up. He's got so much determination. He's got really good aggression. He channels it in the right way. And I think he's going to be an absolute superstar. And he's one player that I definitely want to keep hold of. Even though I do feel we will need to strengthen if we make the Barclays Premier League at the back. He is one player that I would not be letting go. He's too good. He really is. And again, Lafondra, you know, he's not looking to muscle his way past the fullback, which is really unfortunate. He nearly gets lucky and picks up a goal. But, you know, he's got to be looking to out-muscle the fullback and, you know, exert himself. But unfortunately he doesn't, which is really frustrating. But we get a nice little break on here. Patterson down at the left-hand side, looking to swing the ball in. We're overloaded at the front post and the back post. And unfortunately the delivery on this occasion by Patterson was just not good enough. But we had a free man at the back post, one coming in on the edge of the box, one at the front post. It was a perfect time to deliver a decent cross. And as our luck goes and our consistency, we do not deliver the final ball. And again, we slip up away from home with a 1-1 draw to Yeovil, which I'm gonna say I'm absolutely disgusted, because we should be beating teams like Yeovil. Yeovil are down the bottom of the league for one reason and one reason alone, because they're just not good enough. They've come up, they've done well, fantastic, but they're just not good enough. The statistics show that. They had 1 shot, 1 on target. We had 8 with 6 on target. We only come away with 1 goal. It's just not good enough. We're now still in 8th position. We have 30 points. We're well and truly in the fight for the playoffs, but, you know, 7 points behind Reading, 10 points behind Queen's Park Rangers. And, you know, that consistency is so frustrating at this moment in time to dominate games and just not come away with the 3 points. As you can see, I have a little bit of a moan to the media. and they're more than happy to publicise my little bit of a moan about consistency, etc. But we do have a really tough game when you consider Reading are in second in the table. We're languishing in 8th with a run of poor form, I would personally say, even though we have picked up 3 points against Bolton, a point away to Yeovil. We haven't lost in this episode, but it's just not good enough. It really isn't good enough. So we go back to the 4-1-2-1-2. It's tried, it's tested. You know, I'm happy with Patterson on the left. We've got Abdoun on the right. I'm happy with Frimmy swapping up with Chalobah in the centre of the park as a CDM. We've got Lansbury playing in that cam position. I know we have Majewski on the bench. He looks like a really decent player. And we've got Lafondra and of course Coxey up front. We start off the game like an absolute house on fire. I'm not sure how the Reading keeper kept those two efforts out. I'm really not. It was absolutely sensational save. But we pick up the play with Lansbury. What a fantastic ball to Lafondra. And Lafondra with an absolute deft touch over the oncoming goalkeeper to give us a 1-0 lead in the 25th minute. And he didn't hold back. He celebrated because you may not know, but Reading actually brought in Ricky Lambert from Southampton to replace him. So he was more than happy to get out of the club because he knocked down the pecking order. But beautiful play there. Coxey into Lafondra. Lafondra turns on the ball way too quick. Gets himself all off. His radar all off and plays a really poor ball through. And we go into the half-time whistle, leading 1-0. And I've got to say, Lansbury, absolutely sensational. The ball he played through to Lafondra was just absolutely mind-blowing. If the England manager is listening to this by any stretch of the imagination, or by any chance, have a look at Henry Lansbury. He's a player that could do a job in your national side. Definitely the best player in the Championship, in my personal opinion. Abdoun with a fantastic ball over into Coxey, and Coxey with a defiant finish. Absolutely sensational. Pace, power, aggression. I know he's not the quickest player in the world, but his acceleration seems to be a little bit quicker than you'll probably think. I mean, look, he's holding on that defender, using him to gain good position, and the strike is fantastic. He's playing so well at this moment in time. He really is a talented football player and a real joy to be using at this moment in time. But a great header there by Coxey, out to the edge of the box. The ball comes to Frimmy. Frimmy goes with a shot. What a save by the Reading goalkeeper. I honestly thought that was nestling in the top corner. Unfortunately, it didn't. But we join it with Abdoun, right-hand side, pulling in a fantastic cross. Reading keeper gets to it. And I believe that, was that Lansbury or Coxey getting the header back across? How he saved that, I do not know. But it was a fantastic save to keep it 2-0. But Lehigh down at right-hand side, in the box. Great cross. And unfortunately, we can't get on the end of it. But Patterson closing down, showing that he can do a Coxey. Lansbury doing what he normally does, make people look at mugs. The ball's into Coxey, and how did Coxey miss that? That was a really difficult, I should say, that was an easier opportunity than the one he actually scored, which was really, really confusing. But Reading getting themselves in a bit of a kerfuffle at the back there. The referee blows the full-time whistle, and that is a very, very decent 2-0 victory. And a real message sent to the top of the table. Yes, we may be languishing in 8th position, but we are here to cause some problems, to cause some issues, and put ourselves well and truly in that playoff spot. That's the plan. Hopefully we can deliver. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will catch you later.
All right. Play Careless music.
Now playing Careless.
When my speech comes, see lights, you know where the heat's from. Each one, teach one, think twice, speak once. Careless rap, pros emotions, singing on track like a locomotive. Never can whack my flows as potions, feel like bleh. Hocus pocus, not too many on the west like me. So they really be shining bright. Fresh white tee, but they dressed like me. If you ain't got bars, I like the mic. Means my flow's apocalyptic, I can spit it, optimistic. Got committed flows, you got to listen close to aqua spin. Don't ignore it, your recording's border kinda boring, don't it? I'm a poet, then notice orange rhymes with porridge. Got some telekinetic raps embedded in my intestines. Fuck an alias, my cranium got alien genetics.